26-11. John Gaffney tosses it in the air, and the Bulldogs have the ball to begin the game.
Well, you're going to see Xavier mix it up defensively because they're playing these two big guys together. They're going to have to play a lot more zone than they normally do. That's going to be something we have to really keep an eye on.
Brunk coming off a double-double.
And you see right away they double-team Joey Brunk, who's a very good passer.
Badly with the drive, missed the bank shot. Jones has the rebound in traffic.
And for Butler, you're going to see them go mostly man-to-man. They also will mix in a little zone here and there, but they're playing against a team that does not shoot the ball well at all. They've got 4 guys in the game that are almost non-shooters, Xavier, right now.
Tyreek Jones called here. McDermott, a deadly three-point shooter.
Well, you have one team that's one of the better shooting teams in the league and one that is one of the worst shooting teams in the league.
Thompson gets the roll, and the Bulldogs are on the board first.
And Thompson's a really solid point guard, but that's what he does. He's a guy who does not shoot the ball well from 3, so driving it is a key for him. But more, he's one of the best assist guys and assist-to-turnover guys in the league.
He's only taken 12 threes all year. Scruggs running the point. The absence of Quentin Gooden, missing his 2nd consecutive game for Xavier with a knee injury.
I tell you, this is a tough matchup. They got McDermott on Zach Hankins. Boy, there's a huge difference in both size and physicality.
Marshall misses the floater. Rebound secured by Thompson, who pushes it the other way. To the rack. Blocked by Hankins.
State, who won the national championship in Division II last year, and we did the game. Now I'm seeing him here. It's unbelievable.
He was the National Division II Player of the Year, transferring for his senior year. Hopes of playing in the NCAA tournament for the Musketeers. Offensive foul called on Hankins.
Situation in terms of the expectations and all the success that Xavier has had in the NCAA tournament over the past, but he will do a great job here.
And he was part of that success. He's been on the staff for the last 10 years at Xavier.
And that's not to say that Laval didn't have pressure on him, too. Butler's been pretty good for a long time also.
There are only 8 teams in the country that have won in the tournament each of the last 4 years. These are 2 of them, and a driving bucket by Henry Badley to give Butler a 4-0 lead.
You know, when they put Henry Badley and Joey Brunk into the starting lineup 3 games ago, Laval Jordan has really liked what he has seen from those guys and the team. And it gives him 2 guys coming off the bench with a little more firepower.
Scruggs played all 40 minutes in a come-from-behind victory over Georgetown on Wednesday. Castlin from the corner. Bit too strong.
Well, you can see Butler's game plan. They're going to pack it in. The best three-point shooter on the floor right now. That's why they brought in Ryan Welling, ball with one of the best guards in the league, and they've got to hammer the offensive glass. They have a huge advantage with their big guys. They got to get on the glass hard, but I like the change that Travis Steele did already. He's going with a team. He needed 2 big guys, and that's a great three-point shooter to spread things out. Great move by Travis Steele.
Definitely the best three-point shooter on the Musketeers roster, and 78% of his attempts are from outside the arc. Last foul called on Aaron Thompson of Butler. Scruggs pulls up from 15 and swishes it.
And you know, the injury to Quentin Gooden is a really tough injury because he's one of the best point guards in the league. And what it does is it's taken Paul Scruggs and made him a point guard, which is not really what he is. So his scoring has been hurt by Quentin Gooden being out.
Baldwin probing the defense. Shot clock at 5.
Tyreek Jones, that play was just all heart. For him to go after that ball in a crowd of Bulldogs, great play by him.
An assist from his rear end. 4 straight for the Musketeers. McDermott left open.
And you know, Tyreek Jones only has 9 assists all year. I would say that's his most spectacular of the season, even though I didn't see them all, but I'm going to guess that was it.
Marshall goes baseline and lays it in.
It's amazing how you put in a guy like Wellage, and even if he doesn't score, it spreads the defense out, so now you can get some dribble penetration, which is exactly what they got there.
Badly misses the three-point attempt. Scruggs wins the battle for the rebound. In the pregame warm-ups a week ago before the Marquette game, and then had to try to cover Marcus Howard with a bad knee. That's impossible. Here's a three-point shot from the corner. Hit the side of the board, rebounded by Brunk. Shot attempted by Elias Harden, just off the bench for the Musketeers. Butler answers with a jump shot. McDermott to the floor, and Scruggs ties him up.
And get as many as he used to because he's on the ball more. So when it comes to perimeter shooting, they're a little light right now, no doubt.
Harden played 24 minutes that last game against Georgetown, getting the minutes that Gooden left behind. Marshall to the rim. Great David West wrapping up his NBA career at the end of last year with back-to-back championships for the Golden State Warriors. Xavier scored 8 straight. Musketeers have a 2-point lead. Badley pulls up, and Marshall has the rebound.
Tyreek Jones needs to get that deeper into the post. McDermott pushed him way out, and here comes the double. Nice pass.
Around the perimeter to Harden for 3. Jones with another offensive rebound. Marshall for 3.
I mean, Najee Marshall's a 20% three-point shooter. He did a great job of moving that ball and getting it to Harden. Harden can't get an easier 3 than that. Got to knock some of those out.
Xavier 0 for 4. He's played in 7 games so far for Butler.
Interesting that Travis Steele has decided to go really small now.
An air ball for Baldwin. Kennedy has the rebound. Jones with a nice floater. That's 10 straight for the Musketeers.
The problem for Butler is in the half-court offense, they're not getting, once Xavier went small, the dribble penetration has disappeared that they started the game doing.
Baldwin yet to score. Nice feed to the corner, and there's that three-point stroke you talked about for Tucker. That ended a 4-minute drought for Butler. Xavier's lead is 1.
And now you see Butler trying a little bit of zone, which I think is a good move.
Shot clock at 5. Kennedy for 3. Too strong. Baldwin on the attack. Goes to the right hand and scores.
He is a really good slasher. He's a 28% three-point shooter, but he's so athletic and he's so good with both hands in the lane. He's able to finish.
He had a 28-point game at the Cintas Center against Xavier last year. Jones in the middle of the paint.
I mean, that was some bad defense. If you're just going to throw to 8 feet from the basket, someone's got to get there for Butler.
Tucker with a pretty-looking stroke. 7 straight for Butler.
And the zone has accomplished what they wanted. They're trying to eliminate the scoring in the paint, make them shoot threes.
Marshall tried to feed it to Jones. Baldwin with a deflection. McDermott with a steal. Tucker looking for his 3rd straight jumper. Now Scruggs looks to attack. Euro step left hand, and he scores.
That was a tough shot by Paul Scruggs. You know, it really would help Xavier if they could get some easy ones in transition. Now it looks like Xavier playing a little bit of zone.
6 points, couple of assists for Paul Scruggs in the first 9 minutes. Tyreek Jones out for the Musketeers. He will log major minutes today. 9 seconds to shoot as Butler throws it in. Tucker wastes no time. Offensive rebound. Looked like Jordan Tucker has provided since coming off the bench for Butler. Jorgensen into the paint. Gets the bank shot to go.
I mean, he was a starter the whole year, and then when the Big East season started, LaVall Jordan decided to keep him come off the bench. He's a scorer. He can make threes, and he can drive it. And here Butler in that 1-2-2 zone once again.
Averaging 13 a game is Paul Jorgensen.
Interesting. They showed zone, and now everybody's matched up with a man. Great defense there by Butler.
Hankins failed to catch the bounce pass.
Xavier a little confused on that offensive possession.
And a foul called on Butler. It's like a
You watch now, they start out showing zone, but then they end up playing man-to-man after that first pass. They're guarding, they're man-to-man now. They started showing zone, and then they switch on the first pass to a man-to-man.
Wellage, a great three-point shooter. That was halfway down, wouldn't go. Musketeers have missed their first 7 from outside the arc. Thompson waited for the ball screen. David down low to Brunk off his finger. Butler up 3, 11 minutes in.
And what it does is it's making Xavier kind of stand around a little bit more than they want to.
Thompson hit the deck hard as the shot was rebounded by Brunk. Thompson's okay.
And they're backing way off of Thompson because Thompson is for the most part, he's only taking 10, 12 threes all year. He won't shoot it.
Butler 1 for 7 from outside the arc. Marshall could. He's had 5 20-point games this year for the Bulldogs.
I'll tell you, Butler's done a great job of keeping that ball out of the big guy's hands for the most part in this game. I think Xavier is going to have trouble scoring in a half court if they don't get some transition going.
Reach-in foul called on Butler.
And you got to look at one thing here that's important for Butler. Xavier has attempted 7 threes of their 16 shots. That's good for Butler because, as we've talked about enough, Xavier doesn't shoot the ball well. Wellage is their best three-point shooter by far, and he hasn't bought one yet.
Marshall missing that corner jumper.
Better defensive rebounding team, so they're not even getting offensive rebounds, Xavier, right now.
Butler up by 3. The Musketeers have the ball. Wellage for 3.
They need him.
Both teams continue to struggle from outside the arc. The Musketeers are 0 for 9. Butler 1 for 7. Baldwin with a nice feed down low.
Get that block on Joey Brunk.
Paul Scruggs directing traffic, serving as the point.
And here they are in this matchup again. This is a little more straight zone this time. They changed up. That's not a man-to-man. That is a straight zone.
Scruggs for 3. And at last, the Musketeers connect to tie the game.
See, those are the shots that Paul Scruggs is not getting enough of with Gooden out. An off-the-ball, step-in 3. He needs to get more of those, but somebody's got to deliver him the ball just like there to get those.
Scruggs has 9 of the Musketeers' 15 points, along with 3 rebounds and a couple of assists. Tucker from deep.
This guy fires.
He sure does. Castlin ripping down the rebound for Xavier.
Brunk did a great job denying Hankins the ball in the post. Now he's got him pushed out a little bit.
Scruggs looking for his second straight. Heat check for Paul Scruggs. So after starting 0 for 9 from outside the arc, the Musketeers with back-to-back trays to take a 3-point lead.
And you have to think Butler's got to get up on Scruggs. He's the only real threat from the three-point line. And they're playing way off Thompson.
Badley misses the 3. Castlin with the rebound, and Scruggs will push.
That's a good call.
Travis Steele. First foul on Scruggs, who has 12 of Xavier's 18 points. Career high is 24. Xavier's done a great job against Baldwin thus far. Very good job.
Well, they're playing him for the drive. He's another guy, not a great three-point shooter. You got to stop him from slashing.
Wellage with the floater. Hankins with the offensive rebound and the putback. Eight straight for the Musketeers to take a 5-point lead.
And you know, Butler usually makes 9 threes a game. They haven't been able to shoot it for 3. They only have 1 for 9 in this game.
Baldwin's shot blocked. Goes
third leading shot blocker in the Big East Conference. He's got 2 guards so far that he's stayed with.
At the Division II level, he had as many as 10 blocks in a game. Baldwin had it stripped, and the Musketeers will run with a 5-point lead. Butler able to get back. Marshall with a height advantage against David. Got a piece of the shot. Jorgensen has the rebound, and it's a 5-on-4 opportunity.
Great defense by Christian David that time.
Badley with a terrific feed. Fowler missed from point-blank range.
Well, those are killers. When you're struggling to score and you get yourself a layup in transition, that hurts.
Butler 7 for 25 from the floor and in a 6-minute drought. Foul called on the Bulldogs. Jordan will go to Bryce Golden after Nate Fowler picked up his second foul. Golden's only played in 4 games. 6'9", 250. The back of that zone. Shot clock at 5. Jones with position, and he draws a 2-shot foul. Tyreek hits the second. He has 3 points. Xavier's lead is 6. Quentin Gooden likes what he sees as he sits out his second straight. Baldwin looks frustrated on the perimeter. Great bounce pass. What a feed. And Christian David throws it down. Doesn't look so frustrated anymore after that outstanding bounce pass. That ends the drought for Butler.
But it's hard for Butler to win because they don't score a lot if Kamar Baldwin doesn't play better offensively.
Baldwin 1 for 5 thus far. Jones has made 3 in a row. Xavier up 6.
And the one thing that has hurt Butler in this game is they can't get Brunk to get anything done in the low post. Well, good defense by Tyree Green, and it wasn't poorly defended. He made a heck of a shot.
4 points for Kamar. Xavier's lead is 4 with 3:05 left in the half. The Ivy League grad Castlin to Scruggs on the wing. Hitting 81% from the line this year. I beg your pardon, a 1-and-1, and it's rebounded by Butler. Jorgensen for 3. Nicely done.
Well, they went under the screen on a guy who's a really good three-point shooter. You got to get over the top of that screen because this guy can knock those out.
Jorgensen in his second year at Butler after 2 at George Washington.
And the guy's a 40% three-point shooter, so when you go under that, you're asking for trouble.
Castlin from the free throw line.
Grad transfer from Columbia has really been struggling. But this is a step up in competition, big step up.
Tucker spinning into traffic, and 3 of the guys from this year's team are going to be high draft picks.
Let's face it, if you go to Duke, you better be a tremendous player, or because they're always coming every year, new ones.
7 straight for the Bulldogs. They've taken a 1-point lead. And Tucker has 7 points off the bench. Scruggs went to the left hand. Jones with the offensive rebound. Gets another. And got stripped by Brunk.
Yeah, he was trying to take 4 guys there.
Baldwin with the alley-oop. Flushed home by Christian David.
Well, that time Xavier fell asleep on their transition defense. And you see Butler in this game, they're at their best when they're able to get up there before the defense is set.
Welledge unable to end the Butler run. Tucker with another rebound. Jorgensen fires from 3 and drills it.
Transition has been tough for Xavier defensively.
From 6 down to 6 up after a 12-0 run. Butler's nailed its last 5 shots. Marshall trying to answer, and he delivers with a corner 3.
That's a bonus. But that's a shot that Laval Jordan is willing to give up.
Najee making 21% of his 3-point attempts this season. 1 for 3 today. Final shot of the half coming up. Baldwin hits them both. Butler has a 5-point lead with 2 seconds left.
Interesting in this situation. Do you try and score? You hate to turn it over. Oh, good play.
Welledge for 3.
It's a huge, could be a huge, because they have time to catch and shoot.
That's correct. With more than .3, you can catch and shoot. Not to be confused with the Buffalo Bills head coach. Will inbound for Butler. Baldwin in front of his bench. Hankins contested the pass to Brunk.
It's always interesting to watch the first possession because that's what the coach talked about at halftime. Whatever they do on this possession is a huge key to what they're trying to do.
McDermott fires for 3 and
that's
drills
a good start.
It sure is.
That was good offense there.
He did not hit one in the first half. He nails his first attempt in the second.
They did a great job of moving the ball on that possession.
That's his 43rd 3-point bucket this year. Butler has its biggest lead at 8.
You got to think that Xavier is going to try and pound this thing inside, but there's not a whole lot of space in there right now. A lot of blue shirts inside the 3-point line.
Hankins gets open, feeds it to a cutting Castlin. Count the 3 grad transfers on the Xavier roster. Misses the foul shot. Jones fighting for the rebound. Tipped it to Hankins. He missed from short range, and Baldwin comes away with the ball. Thompson. Nice reverse layup.
That was a really good play by Thompson there. And he knows how he can score, and it's got to be taking the ball to the basket. Not a great 3-point shooter.
36-28 Butler. Scruggs with 10 on the shot clock. Hankins with 5 to shoot. And a reach in. Make sure that that stuff does not continue.
I mean, you would think that Hankins with McDermott guarding him, but look at all the blue shirts standing.
Tyreek Jones.
But I was saying defensively, if you only have to guard 22 feet as opposed to 30 feet, it's a lot easier to do, and that's what Butler is doing against Xavier.
Baldwin with a bounce pass to the cutting Brunk, and he flushes it with 2 hands. 6 assists for Kamar Baldwin, and for the first time a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. That foul's on Butler. It's on Joey following the backdoor cut. Wellage, good three-point shooter, is in. He fires for three. Weak side rebound for Kyle Castlin.
I mean, Wellage normally is a very good three-point shooter.
He's gone 0 for 4 from outside the arc and 0 for 5 in the game.
You take a look at Butler. There isn't one guy defending outside the three-point line.
Another foul called on Butler. (7-2) so far in the second half in favor of Butler. Xavier gets a nice bucket out of Tyreek Jones.
That was a good pick and roll, and again, the guy guarding Tyreek Jones, Joey Brunk, stayed a little bit too long there, and that's why Jones was able to get open for the layup.
7 for Tyreek. Another backdoor cut. Rejection for Tyreek Jones. Xavier off to the races. Wellage draws a two-shot foul.
I mean, Wellage played 16 minutes in this game so far. He has 0.
Finally gets one to go. And the lead is 7.
A little zone by Xavier now also.
David traveled for Xavier.
And Travis Steele is telling his team, move it, move it. They haven't really been able to move the ball that well. It's not even so much they're moving it as much as the way Butler's playing, all packed in. Now Butler goes back to that zone.
Scruggs for 3. Marshall has the offensive rebound. Scruggs into the paint. David knocked it free. Scruggs got it back. His shot rejected. Tries again and fails. Butler up 7. Scruggs pass deflected and stolen by Thompson. Baldwin throws an alley-oop. Badly couldn't finish.
Foul.
Not a shooting foul. Fans thought it was a travel. Baldwin scores.
Boy, he's so tough with that. He shoots these little fadeaways in the lane. Oh, he got teed.
Travis Steele just hit with a technical foul. Tim Clougherty gets him from the opposite side of the court.
And that's a great point that you and the referee who called it from right in front of us, and it was across the court. That's not a good one.
The coaches that he is succeeding, 7 Sweet 16s, 3 Elite 8s in the last 15 years for the Musketeers.
You know, you throw Pete Gillen into that picture, too.
That's right.
I mean,
Pete helped get it started. Number 28 in the country, and he drills them both. Travis Steele compares Paul Scruggs to Marcus Smart of the Celtics. Lofty company. It's a guy that can do a little bit of whatever you need. Baldwin for 3. Got it.
That's a real bonus because, again, he's a 28% three-point shooter, more of a slasher. That was a good shot.
Quietly up to 13.6 assists.
He's one of those guys that'll stuff a stat sheet between free throws and steals and minutes.
Xavier trying to take a bite out of a 12-point deficit. Marshall to the low block. Trying to maneuver around David. Scruggs for 3. Yes, sir.
And I can't emphasize enough how good Paul Scruggs would be if he didn't have the responsibility of being the point guard on this team also. He is a tremendous scorer.
And he can't come out because of the injury to Quentin Gooden. Played all 40 against Georgetown on Wednesday, likely to do the same today. That's an offensive foul. Bryce Golden.
As a flop.
No. Butler by 9. A little more than 14 minutes left. Castlin using the screen. And the teardrop falls through.
Yeah, they had to get something from Castlin, and that was important. That was a good drive by him.
And that brings the crowd to life here at the jam-packed Cintas Center. Xavier sold out every home game a year ago.
And now Xavier goes man-to-man.
Jorgensen over Castlin. Bad shot. Baldwin with the offensive rebound. Tipped back up by Butler. Rebounded by... 7 straight for the Musketeers. It's a 5-point game. Everybody up here in Cincinnati.
Scruggs really aggressive defense on Baldwin.
Baldwin gets to the rim and scores with ease.
Well, I mean, Tyreek Jones has to get around that. They kind of screened Scruggs off. He's got to get around that.
They have no help.
None.
Scruggs delivers again. He's made 4 3-point buckets. And Xavier will get it.
Wide open 3. That's bad communication that time by Butler.
20 points for Paul Scruggs. 4 off his career high. And we have more than 12.5 minutes to go. Wellage left open. He is the all-time leading three-point shooter in terms of three-pointers made at San Jose State. He did that in 3 years before transfer.
But just to speak to the depth that Travis Steele has, obviously he doesn't feel he has great depth because this kid hasn't made a basket and he's playing big minutes.
4-point game. Baldwin floats one up. Stolen by Najee Marshall. Good defense by Tyreek Jones made it possible. Castlin goes by as defender. Kyle Castlin, we're accustomed to players going to Xavier and getting their degrees as opposed to coming to Xavier with degrees. The last 109 Xavier seniors have graduated. Musketeers on a 12-2 run. It's a 2-point game with 11:50 to go.
And really getting nothing out of Brunk in this game. Good
Get
move.
something there.
Yeah, that was great footwork. Patience and footwork and no double, and he was able to get it done.
Butler on top by 4. Scruggs finds a shooter, Castlin. Marshall attacks and jams it home. Butler by 2 after being up double digits. Foul called on the double, 9.7 boards. McDermott in the corner. Marshall defends. And Butler resets with 15 to shoot. About Jordan barking out instructions.
Well, Kamar Butler will not be out for a long time. I guarantee you that. Wow.
Thompson misses backboard.
Woof. Now you know why he's only attempted 12 all year.
They say good shooters miss short or long, and shooters that struggle miss left and right.
Yeah. Sounds like field goal kickers too, I think.
Wellage for 3.
Short.
Butler comes down to the rebound. Wellage 0 for 6 outside the arc today. Highly unusual for him. Jorgensen delivers a dagger.
Now he can shoot it. 40% three-point shooter on the season.
And 3 for 4 from outside the arc today. Butler's lead back to 5.
Well, Xavier's got to find a way to get the ball into Hankins a little bit, because they haven't really made Xavier pay for those fouls. I mean, Butler pay for that all those fouls they had.
Marshall missed the 3. Hankins almost had the tip in. Jorgensen. And a foul called on shooting.
And Kamar Butler getting pretty good rest here. I'm sorry, Kamar Baldwin.
5 to shoot. Thompson on the cut. Turned his back to the bucket and missed a little flip shot. Rebound goes to Zach Hankins. A little sloppy there by the Musketeers, but no damage done. 9:05 left. A weave outside the three-point arc. Castlin fires for 3. Tucker will look to push it the other way. Through traffic, finger roll good.
I'm telling you, this kid's going to be a good player. He's 6'7", he's long, he's athletic, he can handle it, and he is aggressive.
Back into the game with 3 fouls.
And also Kamar Ball went back in. He got a pretty good rest there.
Butler by 7. 8:35 left. Big time collision and an offense.
Seems okay. I think Jordan Tucker has a big upside.
Highest rated recruit ever at Butler after transferring from Duke. Great spin move with English. Broncos 1 for 2. 6 straight points for Butler. Hankins with a pretty baseline hook.
That time they got him the ball early, so they couldn't get any help. And he has great footwork and a nice touch, especially on that jump hook.
Second bucket for the senior from Charlevoix, Michigan. Tucker will fire and drill it.
I'm telling you, Dan, this kid's going to be a big-time player.
Be interesting to imagine what Butler's record would be this year if he had been eligible from the beginning of the season.
And you know what? That's what you want. I mean, he's a good size. You call him a 3-man, but he can play like a 2.
Welledge finally gets a shot to go. He had been 0 for 7.
I think Butler would hope that he'd make 2s and not make 3s, so they'll let him get a 2 as long as he doesn't start heating it up from the 3-point line.
He is 0 for 6 from outside the arc.
They've done a good job, Butler, moving the ball side to side.
Jorgensen with another catch and shoot 3. 4 for 5 from outside the arc. Marshall looking to answer.
Do what they wanted to do inside because Butler has just closed off that inside.
Great spin move by Najee Marshall. He is such a great athlete, and he scores. He's up to 11 points.
He's a tremendous athlete and a great ball handler, but you got to play him for the drive every time.
Good play coming out of the timeout for Travis Steele as well.
Yeah, a little isolation for him.
Welledge on Tucker. Scruggs with a rebound.
That's a tough one. Not a great one to shoot there. Up 8.
Xavier looking to score on back-to-back possessions and a reach in. After a great college track career at Virginia Tech, second foul shot no good, and Tucker has the rebound.
I'll tell you, they haven't given McDermott not any room whatsoever. When he catches the ball, someone is on him.
He's only managed to get off 2 3-point shots in the game. Here comes his third. That's why you don't leave him open.
I mean, that was like on cue, and that wasn't even that poorly defended. That was a pretty good contest there.
3-point basket number 44 this year for the junior from Anderson, Indiana. Welledge.
Not close.
The drought continues for Ryan.
Now, I saw him play at San Jose State last year. He was one of the best shooters in the Mountain West Conference.
He had a 37-point game against Wyoming. Jorgensen left open.
Wow.
He didn't make Xavier pay, but Brunk got the offensive rebound. Traveling called on Joey Brunk.
This game, like he always does, when it comes to assists, scoring, just a good player.
The lead is 10 for the Bulldogs with 4:23 left.
Good help by Brunk that time. Hankins not shooting that.
Marshall can't get the three to go. Hankins keeps the rebound alive. Great bounce pass.
In such close quarters.
Baldwin into the front court, and he calls a timeout. Up a lot of shots. The way Xavier has defended him, he's only taken 10 shots in the game.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a credit to him that he does not force the issue. That's a bad foul, and that's Tyreek Jones' fifth.
He has just fouled out of the game. For Butler. A rare miss. And the rebound goes to Scruggs. Butler up by 10. Scruggs gets to the baseline. Tries to take advantage of his height. Nice find. The pass. The three-point play. And he does. It's a 7-point game with 3:44 to go. 7 points, 5 boards for Hankins. Tucker with a sloppy dribble stolen by Scruggs after being deflected by Welledge.
Xavier came with the full court pressure.
Hankins with a tip in. It's a 5-point game. Baldwin blows by Marshall. And threw it out of bounds. He was trying to feed it to Joe.
And you see what's happened.
They don't have the depth without Gooden to do that for a big chunk of the game. They're springing it on Butler in the last 4 minutes.
And they're doing it out of desperation. Let's face it, it's not part of the game plan. It's like, we got to press now, and that's what they're doing, and it's working.
They've scored 5 straight to cut a 10-point deficit in half. Scruggs left wide open.
Wide open.
It's a 2-point game. Scruggs with his 5th three. That's a new career high.
That was horrible defense, let me tell you. You left the best player on the court completely open.
A 2-point game with 2:50 to go. The decibel level rising here in Cincinnati. The shot clock down to 10.
We got to get it in Baldwin's hands.
Clutch shot from the baseline for Joey Brunk.
Yeah, nice little floater by Brunk. Jorgensen drew his man. He got enough room to get that off.
Xavier down 4. Hankins in the low post. From the corner, Castlin to the rim. And he draws a 2-shot foul. Pulled down 7 rebounds as well. And in the clutch, hits them both. The Butler lead is 2. 2:16 to go here in Cincinnati. Full court pressure by the Musketeers. The crowd trying to make a difference with the shot clock at 15.
They're going to run a pick and roll with Kamar Baldwin.
Brunk in the low post. 5 to shoot. Goes to the right hand. Blocked by Hankins, but a winning percentage since this building opened. Brunk missed them both. The Musketeers have the ball down 2. 1:43 to go.
You got to get this ball in Paul Scruggs' hands.
Hankins versus Brunk. To Marshall. And he draws a 2. We are even at the Cintas Center. Tied for the first time since it was 23 all. LaVall Jordan wants a timeout. Listen to and improved at 3-2 in league play. Baldwin with 20 to shoot. Down to 15 on the shot clock. They get it to Baldwin from the free throw line. His shot is good. The best. Perfect from the line today. And that remains the case as he makes his fifth. He has 18 points. 3 fouls on Hankins instead of 2.
They got to get touches to Hankins because the best things happened for them when the ball went into the post, even if he didn't shoot it.
1 minute left. Castlin for the tie.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Just his 6th three-point bucket of the year. It's tied. 53.2 left. Obviously, you want to get a great shot, but do you even think about trying to get 2 possessions to 1?
You know, a lot of college guys don't do that, Dan, so it's not part of their repertoire. I like it, but a lot of guys don't do it, and they are not. Well, they still have time to do it.
Jorgensen left open. Brunk unable to save it.
Playing man-to-man now. They're playing against a team that's really good at slashing. Najee Marshall with the ball on top.
3-second difference between the clocks. The score tied at 69. Marshall will take the shot clock probably down to 10 before initiating the offense.
Maybe even further than that. Maybe 7 on the shot.
Marshall behind the back. 4 to shoot. Marshall. Scoop shot, block, foul.
Plenty of time.
Marshall hits the second. Bigger man with 3.2 left. He runs the baseline, gets it into Baldwin. Baldwin fires up a shot, no.